Welcome to our ICH guideline series. In this episode, we are diving deep into ICH Q3A Revision 2, a crucial guideline for impurities in new drug substances. Whether you are a student or a pharma professional, stay tuned to understand how impurities affect drug quality and how they are regulated. What is ICH Q3A Revision 2? Basically, ICH Q3A Revision 2 provides guidance on controlling impurities in new chemically synthesized drug substances. It outlines how to detect, report, identify, and qualify impurities during drug development. This is especially important in ensuring the safety and purity of the drug before it reaches patients. What is the scope of the guideline? So, this guideline applies only to new drug substances produced through chemical synthesis. It does not apply to biologics, peptides, or herbal products. It is most relevant during the submission of a new drug application, that is NDA, or investigational new drug IND filing. The sources of impurities. Impurities may come from various sources: starting materials used in synthesis, reagents and catalysts, degradation products due to light, moisture, or temperature, process intermediates that carry over into the final API. There are various types of impurities. So, impurities are classified into basically three categories. First one is organic impurities from synthesis or degradation, like unreacted starting materials. Inorganic impurities like heavy metals or salts, and last, residual solvents left from the manufacturing process. Understand the three key thresholds definitions. First one is reporting threshold, minimum level of impurity that must be included in your documentation. Second one is identification threshold, which means point where you need to determine the structure of the impurity. Third one is qualification threshold, level at which safety data must be provided to prove the impurity is non-toxic. One example for threshold values is that if the maximum daily dose of the drug is 1 gram or less, then you have to report the impurities above 0.1% and identify them above 0.1%, and we will qualify them above 0.15%. The thing is, higher doses have lower thresholds to protect patient safety. Analytical techniques for detection. Detecting impurities require sensitive methods. Common analytical techniques include HPLC, which means high performance liquid chromatography, GC, gas chromatography, LCMS, liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry. These help in both quantification and structural identification. Are the identification process. When you find an unknown impurity above the identification threshold, you need to first isolate if it is possible, use techniques like NMR or MS to determine its structure, then compare with the known toxicological data or conduct safety studies. What is the qualification strategy? To qualify an impurity, you must prove it's safe. You may use literature data if the impurity is well known, toxicology studies if it is novel, then SAR studies, that is structure activity relationship studies, to predict its toxicity. What is the control strategy in drug substance? The guideline encourages you to define a specification for impurities. Limit should be based on batch data, process capability, and safety profile. because this ensures consistency and minimizes the risk of unsafe levels of impurities. One impurity profile examples, for instance, in a new API like metoprolol, impurities such as unreacted starting material, O demethylated derivative, oxidized byproduct, this all must be tracked, reported, and controlled within set thresholds. So, what is the global acceptance and impact of ICH Q3A? ICH Q3A Revision 2 is accepted globally in the US, Europe, Japan, and beyond. Following this guideline ensures smooth regulatory approval and global market access, which is required. We can summarize ICH Q3A Revision 2 as that it focuses on impurity control in new drug substances. It defines impurity types and sets threshold for action. Analytical techniques help detect and identify them, and proper documentation and safety studies are essential for qualification. So thanks friends for watching. If you want more simplified videos on ICH guidelines and pharma development, hit that like, subscribe and turn on the bell icon for notifications. Comment below if you want us to cover ICH Q3B impurities in drug products next. Thank you. Keep watching.